My favorite watch, which I almost bought.
But you know what we did?
Crazy
there was
watch.
one without the time, so just the two tourbillons.
Exactly.
When you have the money, you don't need
Why
the
not?
time.
Was there ever a collaboration idea that was just too crazy to produce?
Yes, but it doesn't mean that we're not going to do it. Everybody thinks that collaborations is something schematic.
Yeah.
It's not. There's nothing schematic about it.
Yeah. Did you try to approach big brands from the groups?
I would not be very successful, so I keep my time efficient.
What potential did you see in the brand?
You want a very honest answer on that one?
Welcome to the Road to Escapement. We are here in beautiful Neuchâtel, Switzerland, talking about watches, the personal life story of this gentleman I'm gonna pick up now. Manuel,
Marco?
good to see you.
Good
Jump
to
in,
see
jump in. You ready for some golfing?
I'm ready with you all time.
Let's go. Welcome back to the Road to Escapement. We are here in Neuchâtel. We're going to talk to Manuel Emch, the master behind Louis Erard and many other fantastic brands. Manuel, it's good to see you.
Good to see you, Marco.
How are you?
I'm good.
We're in a beautiful setting today. Tell us, where are we and what's the plan?
We're here at the Golf Country Club in Neuchâtel.
Awesome.
Just slightly over the lake. Beautiful spot. Well, I'm not a golf player. Neither are you. That's why I thought
I'm
that was going to be fun.
professional for sure. It was fun because we had a little bit of a car racing, you know.
Yeah.
Tell me, what's in the wrist today? It's a watch I think you wear often, huh?
I wear it most of the time. It's the tourbillon, the Louis Erard tourbillon that we did together with Alain Silberstein. What better location than play golf with the tourbillon, which is supposedly not working? So I thought it was a good thing. But I wear it to swim. I wear it every day. It's a very comfortable piece. Titanium case, signature strap. It's really a daily wear watch, even though it's a tourbillon.
I love it. I love your Alain Silberstein collaborations, all the others as well. But we'll get to this a bit later. What I want to know from you is like, what was the initial spark for you to dive into watchmaking?
I was born inside. It was a bit of a difficult thing, you know. I was born in a city called Grenchen. Some of my family members were in the watch industry, my grandfather, my mother, and I didn't want to be in the watch industry because I was born in the 70s. And obviously, when I was young, my first exposure to watch industry was the big crisis, the big quartz crisis in the 70s. I was at primary school when most of the guys I was hanging out with, their parents lost their job. In this city of Grenchen, I think it was up 40% of unemployment because it's very much watchmaking oriented. I mean, ETA has its main production sites and there was been several brands in Grenchen. It was really one of the hubs. So, I mean, my first encounter with the watch industry was rather traumatizing. So I pursued another direction. But, you know, when you're born into it, you always come back to where you
Exactly, it's kind of next to you.
Yeah.
So you studied design and business. How does that tie into your daily life now?
Well, I think I was always passionate by creativity. I wanted to become an automotive designer, car industry. That's what I studied. Not a very good idea in Switzerland, not a big car industry. And I think even in Europe, it's going to be challenging in the next few years. So I added actually the business skills to be in a position where I can take decision. Because at the end of the day, you can be very good in design, you can be very creative, but often you're basically executing for others, you're designing for others. And that gives you not always the capacity to decide what you want. And this is the reason why I ended up doing my business studies or my master's degree in business, because I wanted to be capable to have my ideas transformed into products.
Yeah.
So I think today, obviously, I can't do that. I work with external designers, the best ones on the market.
Yeah.
But most of the time, I still have the idea, the strategy, the aesthetics, the direction is still fundamental for me.
So all the brands you were part of, you impacted heavily. First time I got to know you a bit was when you were at Romain Jerome. Before this was Jaquet Droz. And then Louis Erard, and also Kollokium nowadays, which is one of my favorite brands. Especially if you look at the design and also the price point, it's just a home run. So do you prefer the business side of the industry or the creative side of the industry?
Schizophrenic. It depends on the day. It depends. No, I mean, the beauty of our industry and that we do something, we do emotional products, we create objects. And I think that's the exciting thing. The creative part is the heart and the business is the brain. But it all starts up with the heart, I would say.
Aside from watches, you also like art. I heard you're a contemporary art collector. What draws you into that? What's your favorites?
favorites are evolving. I started collecting when I was 15, so pretty young. My father was an architect, so my summers were not at the beach in south of France. My summers were running around in museums, going to see buildings all around Europe. So I didn't have the same kind of childhood, but it stuck to me, it stayed. And my first job was actually doing intern in an art gallery. And I thought I'm going to make a bit of money by the time I ended the internship. The back then owner said, "I'm sorry, I can't pay you, but you can choose a piece of art." Okay. I chose the wrong one because she gave me two options, Sol Levitt and Pierre Alishinsky. And Sol Levitt today, the price would be
much more.
Not even much more. That would have been a home run, as you say. Well, the other didn't. I offered it to somebody after a while to know. But then I started collecting, and I think my first big collection was a Japanese contemporary artist, Yoshitomo Nara. Maybe I shouldn't say that, but I bought his aquarels and drawings at the very beginning of his career when they were like $3,000–4,000. They reach a few millions nowadays.
I think I know who you speak to. Often girls are depicted like...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mean girls.
Yes, exactly. And
dogs and mean
dogs,
girls.
Yeah. I know which one.
This is also why I started doing collaborations with contemporary artists.
Makes sense.
It somehow fitted. It's, art and watches are somehow connects. But it's very difficult to create these bridges. But for me, contemporary art has always been a passion, or always be a passion. I stopped collecting. I rather have them on the wall than have them in some storage all over the place.
Too much quickly, yeah. What were some of the most important lessons you learned from your times at Jaquet Droz and then also Romain Jerome?
Well, I think believe in yourself first. I think the most important thing is to have a clear vision, a clear strategy, and stick to it. Because watch business, developing or building watch companies is a long-term game, and you got to be very focused. And then always come back to the product. The product is the hero. Everything has to be built, or only can be built around the product. That's what I learned. Especially if you build companies, then I think the product-centric element is fundamental.
Yeah, and then you build a story around it as well. And the
stories you tell, products you create. So the creation is more important than the talking, right, Marco?
Sure, I agree.
Well, believe me, I told a few stories.
Yeah, sure.
But see, that was the great thing in the early 2000s. You could actually tell the story.
Nobody could fact check you. Exactly.
And then the story became the fact. Nowadays, a bit more challenging.
Yeah,
now you got to be
truthful. That's the problem. So, Louis Erard, when you joined the brand, it was very quiet. What potential did you see in the brand which maybe somebody didn't? Because after you joined, from my perspective, it just took off like a rocket.
You want a very honest answer on that one? Well, look, I worked 10 years for Swatch Group. I built Jaquet Droz. I had my corporate career. Then I joined RJ. And then I decided I'm never going to work for anybody anymore. I'm just going to work for myself. I started as a consultant, started working for different companies. But then back then, I was happy to have a nice mandate.
Of course.
And when Louis Erard called me saying, look, we heard that you could help us, you've built brands. What do you think about Louis Erard? Because we're not sure if you want to continue.
Okay.
We're not sure if you don't want to stop because we've been losing money for a few years. The company there's no vision or strategy anymore. Do you think you can turn it around? And I obviously said yes, because I was very happy to sell some. It was my job.
Yeah, of course.
So I said, yeah, I think so. And I believed so as well, because I think in this price segment, especially below, let's say 5K, it was a very boring industry. And I thought there was something to do with a more creative, with a more focused approach. So I did the strategy and then ended up having to execute it, because that's the only way I could prolong my mandate. And I'm still there after, 7 years now?
Nice.
At the end of the day, all the projects I had, when I started Jaquet Droz, we were two at the beginning. With 300,000 Swiss francs turnover, in the biggest group back then, watchmaking group, so we're insignificant. Nobody really cared and nobody really believed. After 10 years, we got up to 100 people, over 40 million Swiss francs turnover. Oh. It was an established brand. And with RJ, it was similar. There was this story of the Titanic. There were a certain number of things.
It was fun. It was a fun brand.
It was a fun brand. That's why I chose it. But somehow it was also kind of negative provocation in a lot of markets, and we turned it around into something joyful, and people still remember. I mean, it's still
Titanic,
Space Invaders, Super Mario, Pokemon, Batman, all these things stayed.
80K full enamel cloisonné Pokemon watch. 200K. Different times.
Well, these times now, they are still present, if you look.
My favorite watch, which I almost bought, but I didn't have the money for it. The Romain Jerome with no time indication.
Yeah.
2 tourbillons, you switch it, and the one stops, the other continues.
So basically day and night with a differential system that works at 12 hours and day, and then 12 hours at night without the time. So just the 2 tourbillons.
Exactly.
419. Wow. You know why?
No.
When you have the money, you don't need the time. I mean, back then it was crazy days. Yeah. I mean, it was days where it was all about creativity. Then the industry has become a little bit, I would say, boring over the years.
Investment focused.
But now we're back there. Now where we're back to what I like about the watch industry is product and human focused.
So with Louis Erard today, you love to create watches with independent watchmakers, designers and artists. Did you ever think about combining these worlds?
Well, sometimes you do, because it depends how you work with the different artists. So what we do is we sometimes combine métier d'art, artisans, with artists. We did with Second and Dons et Cadrons, we did some collaborations. But yes, some artists, for instance, they want you to create for them. So sometimes we do the designs, or we work with external designers together with artists. I mean, every collaboration is a bit specific and is different. Some have an identity, some like Jaquet, he needs to have his design. He's very clear on that, and then you interpret it. We build around the case, sometimes it's by other designers. I mean, every project has a kind of a very different approach. Everybody thinks that collaborations is something schematic.
Yeah.
It's not. There's nothing schematic about it.
Yeah. How do you decide who to work with next?
First and foremost, I choose watchmakers who have a real signature. Doing a collab, especially at Louis Erard, is all about the aesthetics. It's all about the philosophy, because we use, I would say, a more standard movement. Therefore, the choice has really to be watchmakers who have a clear signature. And I mean, the 3 ones which have the most recognizable signatures we worked with.
Yeah.
Silberstein for his geometrics, Bauhaus, Jaquet for his faces, Vianney for his steampunk logic. There's a few others, but it takes a bit more time. It takes also this capacity to create something together that has identity. That's one thing. And the second thing is I work with people I enjoy, which are friends.
Yeah.
Constantine, for instance, is a very good example. I worked for him or with him for 2 years before I even asked him. He came to me and said, okay, you've done a lot of things to help me. What do you want me to do for you? And I said, look, the collaboration, that's all I ask for.
Did you also try to approach some of the big brands from the groups, or would that not work at all?
I would not be very successful, so I keep my time efficient. I mean, but then again, it's also very difficult. I mean, yes, Breguet would be interesting because Breguet has a clear signature. But now that Swatch has copied our concept, I'm kidding. They're probably going to do it first themselves.
And if you could collaborate with any of them, any indie brand, any specific watchmaker, we can call them out now here on the channel as well. Who should slide in your DMs?
Believe me, I asked all of them. I asked Recep, which is a good friend of mine, obviously.
That would be crazy, yeah.
That'd be crazy. There's a few I would definitely love to work with, but some I'm in discussions. I'm not gonna. I'm not gonna. I keep that. The only one who told me was I'd love to, but not for the time being is Recep. So I can talk about that.
Okay. So maybe there's more coming in the future.
There is definitely more coming. And I think I can actually say that the most interesting product that I've done since the beginning of Louis Erard, so in the last 7 years, is going to be 11th November.
So link in the description, or just contact Manuel, that's it. Was there ever a collaboration idea that was just too crazy to produce, or it would basically just blow up the Louis Erard price point?
Yes, but it doesn't mean that we're not going to do it. I mean, we progressively built the collaborations. Remember, at the very beginning, the collaborations were basically existing case, existing movement, and then dial, hands,
maybe case
crown.
color, yeah.
But now you've seen with Alain Silberstein was the first with the titanium case. The recent Jaquet Droz is a totally new case. The one we're going to do towards the end of the year is also again a totally new case. So by building it, the more we learn, the more we get it more efficient, the more we can go crazy. I have no limitations, because the interesting thing is most of our clients are collectors, high-end collectors. For them, it's a daily wear watch. It's a fun product.
Travel watch, yeah.
But they don't see Louis Erard as necessarily just a price position. It's not just about the price. And I think as long as the value proposition is there, we can go crazy. I mean, look, in the métier d'art, we did wood marquetry, hand engraving. I mean, prices that are unprecedented. I want to go further. I mean, cloisonné, you know, all these really complex artisanships, we're going to do them. They will obviously push our prices a little bit up, because the prices of the artisans are another level. But I have no limitation for that. I mean, why not working with Anita Porsche? I mean, I started with her, with Jaquet Droz back in the years, with the Pioneer watches. And I think that's what I find interesting about Louis Erard. There is no constraint in terms of price. It's always a question of value proposition.
How does that tie into the regular collection, let's say? Because I'm sure the watchmaker collabs, they spike the sales, the interest, the views and everything else. Do people also buy the other watches from your collection?
They do. I mean, it's obviously not as strong. It obviously doesn't have that kind of traction. But let's not forget, I mean, we don't want to just sell watches to collectors. We don't want just to have watches which are not accessible for, let's say, people which are starting in collecting. We want to have access. But we also needed to adjust a little bit the curve. So we used to have more, let's say, collections. We're really downsizing to the absolute minimum. But we're also going to launch at the end of the year our first, like, kind of new classic collection. We're really revamping everything, adapting everything, because we also need to be closer to our clients.
And last year, you launched your first integrated bracelet watch, which is very comfortable. I'm wearing it today here. Why and how was the journey for you? Again, keeping it at a very competitive price.
The strategy of Louis Erard that I sold to the investors in 2019 was the idea of back to the roots, which is a bit of an easy thing. That was before ChatGPT. It would be easier nowadays even. But the idea was really to build the brand around what I call the Swiss, the cross of the Swiss flag. 2 collections, classic, sports, and 2 ways to activate these different collections. So we activated the classic collection with the collaborations. It's a very human-centric element. It's a lot about craftsmanship, artisanship. But sports is also something fundamental. It's still a big part of the business. So that's why we came up with this integrated steel bracelet, which I think in terms of quality, price quality proposition is probably one of the best, if not the best in the market. There's a mix of titanium and steel. And I think it really wears extremely comfortably.
Yeah.
But we're also going to start animating these with, this time, collaborations which are not human-centric, but which are iconic. So I started with Astro Boy, because Astro Boy is more human than a human. So I thought it was a nice little, you know, wink to human collaborations. But the idea is that, you know, I could do another Pokemon, another Super Mario, another Tetris.
You know how to do it. You know the
but
the road.
Maybe I'm not going to do what everybody expects me to do. So let's see.
And your watches, which are limited, often have the number 178. Where does this come from?
178, look, when I started with Louis Erard, with these ideas of collaborations, I knew that to be economically viable, to make sense in this price point, I needed to produce around 200 pieces. So I was looking for a number, and 178 actually is a number who talks in Chinese. And 178 means literally Ichifa or Ichiba, which basically translates into being strong together. Okay, it also translates into getting rich together, but that's probably for another life. But at least
like dumplings or something.
So 178 means the idea of a collaboration is to do something together that's better than alone.
Good story as well. Huh?
Sometimes
you come up with good ideas. And now I have a very special segment for you. It's a rapid fire question segment.
For once, I have to answer quickly.
Exactly.
Wow, that's going to be a challenge.
The biggest challenge today, I think. Not the golfing, not the environment, not the feeling of this. Just you keeping it short. Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
You ready?
I'm ready.
Perfect. Swiss Alps or big city?
Swiss Alps.
Collaboration or solo?
Collaboration.
Strategy or intuition?
Intuition.
Minimalist or maximalist?
Minimalist.
Morning or night?
Night.
Timeless or trendy?
Timeless.
Vintage or futuristic?
Futuristic.
Design or business?
Design business.
Okay.
One I can choose both.
Automatic or manual?
Automatic.
That's it. Good job. See, painless. Wasn't that hard?
Wasn't hard.
So I suggest now we start walking.
Yeah.
We go play the next hole here.
Yeah.
And see who is better.
Well, Marco, good luck.
At Louis Erard, you always want to keep the price, I think, below 5,000 and 4,000 Swiss francs. How do you do it?
It's really a question of network and knowing and trust. That helps a lot. But then going up, yes, we have the tourbillons, which go up to 15,000, 20,000. So for us, it's not a question of price, it's a question of value proposition. What we want to do is offer the best value at this price point. I mean, we want to keep an entry price. It's important for us. Not everybody can get in a high price ticket. Our average consumer age is very young, so we also need to give them the possibility to buy into Louis Erard. But then again, it's really depending on the value of the product. Some products we're willing to lose money. Wood marquetry is a very good example, but
can you imagine, yeah?
It builds brand equity. We don't spend our money in advertising, we spend it in the product, and that makes a big difference.
Yeah.
So value proposition overall.
I mean, the wood marquetry piece, I mean, I just can't imagine how long does that take?
Well, we started in 2021. We haven't delivered the 99 pieces yet. That shows you how complex it is. I mean, we don't want to sell 99 watches at 3,900 over 5 years.
Yeah.
Because that's not a good business, but it is what it is.
So if you could go back in time and give your younger self advice, what would you tell young Manuel?
Well, just one simple thing. Start to be independent earlier. I spent too much time working for others. Yes, I was lucky to be the youngest CEO in the watch industry when I started at the age of 28. But I spent too much time because at the end of the day, this pleasure of working for you, for your customers, with your clients, with your suppliers, without constraint is the best thing that you can have.
And what's next for Louis Erard? What's the next big push you're going to do?
Well, the next big push, maybe I hinted a little bit, it's going to be on the singles day, 11th, 11th, 26th. It's a single day, but it's a double thing. We'll have to see what it is. And we know it's going to be sold out. But in the meantime, I mean, we have a lot of very interesting métiers d'art. We continue. Straw marquetry is going to come. Urushi, Raden.
Nice.
Which I think is really interesting.
Yeah.
We will have 1 or 2 collaborations, existing ones that a little bit more. There's going to be an interesting. Jaquet is going to frog around.
Okay.
Because that's been very successful. We do a last strand together.
Yeah.
So yeah. Plenty of interesting things.
So you're keeping yourself busy, yeah?
Absolutely.
And why did you decide to go to the Escapement, to be a part of it?
I like the project, I like the concept, but then for me, most important was the people. And then, you see all the friends are around. You're there suddenly popping up with the video. We will see how it's going to be. It's going to be a first. It's a totally different format, but I think the right people are around the table. And again, watchmaking is about people. So I go there for the people, and then eventually I go there for the business if needed.
If you have some stock left over.
Yes.
Awesome. So Manuel, one more challenge for you. A drawing challenge. Because you're an artist, you collect art, you're all of the above. You will have to draw a watch in 2 minutes.
Okay.
Whichever shape, form, complication, pencil, let's go. I want to see what you're drawing here. I didn't know you were left-handed.
I try my best, not so easy, huh?
Just disturbing you a bit.
How much time?
You have a minute 40.
Still?
Yeah.
It's far too much.
You can make a business plan for the whole watch,
Okay, look, I just draw a very simple regulator from Louis Erard because that's obviously what we stand for.
You have 1 minute left.
That's too much.
50 seconds. You're doing shadowing now, huh?
Now I'm doing
a strap. And this is the gradient.
Just a bit of croco strap, even though we don't have them.
This looks like 3 in a row, the game,
Here we go. Date today is what?
11th of June. Done. You still have time.
Okay.
Well done. Congrats. Good job.
Thank you.
So, Now, second part of the challenge.
I have to color it.
You have to color it. No, colors. No, you gotta explain to us what are we looking at, and also how much would the price be. You can show it to the audience.
I didn't do a lot of shading, so I just simply draw a Louis Erard regulator, hour, minute, second, classical case, a little bit thinner than the one we have because we work on that. I put a croco, but there's like has to be a little bit of style.
Exactly.
How much? Well, we always stay below 4,000.
Yeah, so 3.5, 3.6.
Actually, it's a collaboration with myself, so it's going to be more expensive. Let's say 8.5.
Of course, 8.5.
Yeah, I mean, come on.
Need your margin. Awesome. Manuel, thank you so much for the amazing day.
Thank you.
It was a pleasure.
Same here. Still alive?
Still alive.
Yeah, okay.
It was a good time. We had some fun on the golf course. I think we both know who is the better one, but this doesn't matter now. So guys, thank you for watching. Check out the other videos. Join us at the Escapement event where you'll be able to see Manuel, Louis Erard watches, Kollokium, and everybody else. So stay tuned and come visit us.